pursuance of the authority vested in me by law, and in accordance with the action of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I now confer upon you, Dr. Margarita Cedeño de Ferna, the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Thank you very much, all of you. Dr. Hugo Morales, trustee of the City University of New York, Dr. Ricardo Fernandez, president of Lehman College, Dr. Mary Papazian, provost of Lehman College, Your Excellency Roberto Saladín, nuestro embajador ante el país de Estados Unidos por República Dominicana, Honorable Rafael Santiago Evans, Consul General of the Dominican Republic, señora embajadora Rosa Hernández de Grullón, embajadora ante UNESCO por la República Dominicana, señor Federico Cuello, su excelencia, señor embajador ante la Organización de Naciones Unidas, members of the diplomatic community accredited in the United States of America, officials of the City of New York City here present, members of my cabinet, dear students of Lehman College who honor us with your presence here, members of the Dominican community living in this city, special guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. On my way here, I was pondering upon this memorable moment. And I could not stop thinking about how proud Herbert Lehman would have been of the students and faculty of this fine institution. Students who embody reason and a faculty that exemplifies action. Dr. Hugo Morales, Dr. Ricardo Fernandez, members of the Board of Trustees, may I thank you most deeply for this very high honor and privilege you have conferred upon me. It is with great satisfaction and profound gratitude that I accept this honoris causa degree awarded by this prestigious institution, House of Higher Education, Lehman College, a center of development, intellectual and culturally, of the city of New York, where many Dominicans have had the opportunity, most of them women, of studying here and pursue their dreams of advancement. I feel proud because this award honors our commitment to all Dominicans, and also because one day you, Dominican students here at Lehman College, will join me as part of the alumni of this great institution. This recognition bears great significance for me, because I still recall when some years ago, my husband, President Leonel Fernandez, was awarded here with this very same degree at Lehman College. I remember how much he was enlightened by this same moment, and also how proud I felt for him. Of course, I never would have imagined the day I would come back, I would stand before you being honored the way I am today. A husband and wife, as we were talking during the previous meeting, receiving the same degree from the same university must surely be something special, and believe me, it is. Well, we must be breaking some record here, and it may look like I am following on my husband's footsteps. The president has his own theory about this. He believes it is because the last name of your president here at Lehman College is also Fernandez. So as you can see, it still remains as a family heritage. Thank you, Dr. Ricardo Fernandez, for your lifelong commitment to education and your efforts benefiting minority students to enter and succeed in college. I know, and I have been part of it, I know that this institution has been pivotal in transforming the lives of many Dominicans whom, by education and hard work, have been able to grow professionally and have uplifted their families and made a contribution to their communities. Ladies and gentlemen, as I stand here today, I wish to commemorate the life of Mr. Herbert H. Lehman, former Senator and Governor of New York City, and celebrate together with all of you his beliefs in social justice, his struggle for freedom, inclusion, education, and respect for human dignity and equal opportunity. All of these principles, in one way or another, have been an inspiration and have served as the pillars of my work as First Lady in the Dominican Republic. Accepting this doctorate further represents a new sense of motivation to continue creating opportunities for my citizens, fellow citizens, my many Dominicans, so they may obtain the vital education skills that are needed in this increasingly competitive 21st century. Our citizens deserve the opportunity to compete as capable individuals while helping also our country move forward as a whole. As a nation, the Dominican Republic faces many challenges. At the same time, however, there are many opportunities. Seizing these opportunities will always depend upon the capacity of our human resources. It is for this reason that we pay special attention to the development of human capital, to excellence in education, to creativity, innovation, and to quality training of our workforce in the Dominican Republic. We believe, similar to the way Governor Lehman once did, that the work we so tirelessly and enthusiastically do today is the seed we plant for a better future for our families, our communities, our nations, and the entire world. Since 2004, I have had the honor of serving as First Lady of the Dominican Republic. In this capacity, it has been a privilege to collaborate with my husband's administration in the area of social policy. I have received the support and trust of our people who have seen in our actions a sincere and dedicated effort to enable each and every citizen to become the architects of their own destiny, and the catalysts for a better society grounded in values. Respect for human rights, democracy, transparency, peace, and social justice have been the driving force of our work. Thanks to a thriving economic policy, the Dominican Republic has achieved not only macroeconomic stability, but also sustained growth, which in 2010 hovered around 7.8%. But as most of us know, economic growth is merely a stepping stone towards fulfilling a development that is human and sustainable. The fruits of progress must reach all of our population. And we aim to include our people by way of policies and programs oriented towards mitigating poverty and promoting social well-being. In this sense, education is our most powerful tool. Education is the gateway for building a fairer, more democratic, and more peaceful society. Education enhances human development. It promotes social equality. Education increases productivity. Education nurtures freedom and citizens' rights. That's why President Leonel Fernandez has been the great supporter of the Dominican education and Dominican students, giving them the opportunity to have quality education, both at home and abroad. I agree with the renowned educator Horace Mann when he stated, and I quote, "Education, beyond all other devices of human origin, is the great equalizer of the conditions of man, the balance wheel of social machinery." From the office of the First Lady, we put forth our best efforts to harness talent and create opportunities through programs like the one we affectionately refer to in Spanish as Progresando, in English, progressing, advancing, moving forward. It is this very program that has allowed us to empower and train men and women from all walks of the life in the Dominican Republic. Because of this program, over 1,054 families have managed to transform their lives by becoming responsible citizens and productive human beings. The fruits of Progresando have left us a sense of satisfaction. It has encouraged us to continue to work towards enabling other Dominicans to overcome poverty, to immerse themselves in productive activities, and to undertake the leadership to become an active part of cooperative trade associations. In addition, these families are acquiring the ability to care for their health, to improve their housing situation, and rethink their nutritional habits and way of life. Above all, Progresando families are leading a life predicated upon human, ethical, and spiritual values, all of which guarantee peace, democracy, and happiness. Aside from these efforts, however, we need to remain conscious of the fact that we are living in an era of transformation, and that the world is a constantly changing place. Technology, as you know, has transformed our way of interacting, thinking, living, working, competing, and even the way we do business. For this reason, we have assumed the responsibility of providing technological development to low-income groups. In this realm, our goal is to help the socially deprived to get a foot on the ladder so they could climb their way onto the information and knowledge society. By doing so, we foster digital opportunities and social advancement for those citizens who were previously left in the dark. Initiatives like this have led to the creation of over 70 community technology centers, now located in almost every impoverished and remote community in the Dominican Republic. More commonly known as CDCs, these modern installations teach both literacy as well as digital literacy, while affording what were once our most overlooked citizens the opportunity to learn foreign languages and 21st century skills for both work and life. For those who may need to forget about the bumps on the road of the past, the CDCs also provide an opportunity to catch up on the studies you may have missed as youngsters. The CDCs even put at your fingertips a small but resource-rich library that gives every citizen the opportunity to let their imagination run wild. We have made of these CDCs an internationally recognized model of the most definitely centers for rural, poor families and social community development, where each family member, regardless of age and status, is able to participate in educational and technical training, webinars, cultural and recreational activities. The CTCs are each equipped with a radio station, which give us the opportunity to provide vital information to the community. More than 5,020 users visited the CDCs last year. Ladies and gentlemen, all of these opportunities may sound encouraging, but our world is not free from the trials and tribulations that proliferate as a result of a lack of ethics and values. Chaos, violence, natural disasters, organized transnational crimes reign worldwide. In spite of our efforts, the Dominican Republic is not a stranger to these complex challenges. We have seen with sorrow and concern how the very same values which have always characterized our hardworking people have been frequently superseded by antisocial behavior. This threatens and undermines our sense of national well-being and our plight toward a future full of progress and peace. Ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you that Governor Lehman's principles of unquestionable integrity, courage, hard work, and responsibility are even more important and crucial today than during his lifetime. Aware that social changes begin within each one of us and later transform the societies, we are developing a national strategy to prioritize our values and contribute to create a society of values. Titled in Spanish, Bien por ti, tus valores hacen un mejor país, good for you, your values make a better country, this strategy seeks to rescue, reaffirm, and enhance the values that all share as vibrant Dominicans. These values are, without any doubt, the true pillars on which we build wealth and progress, we acquire freedom and peace, and consolidate a sustainable human development and democracy. We are implementing Bien por ti strategy at homes, educational centers, businesses, churches, community-based organizations, and of course, in public institutions, also using media and social networks. The purpose of this campaign will only be fulfilled when each individual Dominican citizen reflects internally about what type of persons they are, what values are important to them, and how they share these values with their loved ones, their family, their community, and their fellow citizens. This strategy will only be more effective when it is ingrained in our hearts, thus guiding our thoughts, actions, and lives. My friends, this recognition commits us evermore to continue with our efforts of building a future of progress for Dominican families. Following the wise advice of the charismatic leader and president of this great nation, President John F. Kennedy, when he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." I would like to take a moment to say a few words specially dedicated to the students. Dear students, when you believe that your future is shaped by the actions of today, when you take advantage of the opportunities presented to you each day to make a difference and do it right, when you, as Governor Lehman did, do not compromise your conscience, never cease to inquire, to act, and to reason, you will not only continue to honor his memory, you will be honoring yourselves. Just as I will always remember this memorable day, I want you to remember that a degree that accredits you as professionals in any field is not enough. Continue to achieve your highest potential with instruction, practice with a spirit of innovation and research, a sense of dignity and responsibility, and above all, a commitment to service. Only then can you feel realized and content. Dear Lehman College, as you recognize my leadership today, I stand before you proud. I'm proud because this honorary degree coincides with the commemoration this year of the 100th anniversary of the struggle for women's rights, represented in our country in the memory of our forever alive Mirabal sisters. I'm also humbled, but at the same time excited by the appreciation that you, your students, your faculty, and your administration display for my work, for the people of the Dominican Republic. I commit before you my dedication to continue help build a brighter future for all Dominican families, all of whom deserve the tools and the freedom to decide and play an active role in their own destiny. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, a man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. I conclude by reiterating my gratitude to CUNY Board of Trustees and Lehman College for this high recognition, which I dedicate to all Dominicans who have and continue and will always be my source of inspiration of everything I do in the service to my country. I thank you very much for now for everything and for this. And now I really feel that I'm not only part of the Ferna ndez family, but also of the Lehman College family. God bless you all.